Dark's here. Pops his wand,
yeah,
he's okay. I mean, Dark's here off to a pretty good game, 14-0. You'll love to see that.
Yeah.
That Mars just pins him to the wall and he is taking way more damage than he was just a moment ago. Lifestealer ports in, huge stun comes out from the fish, and all of a sudden that Clicks is in a lot of trouble as well. He cannot turn him melees, is it? It's just Hoodwink against literally anything in the entire game. That hero is so strong. I'm so sick of that right at the moment. And once again, Bob's is going to remind you that I do have a particular
that Dire are winning. It's on this Axe's back.
This Axe is having an awesome game. And again, I saw this in the first game of the last night's series. Johnny was playing. That was a pretty sick play coming out from Ari. He's feeling himself. He sees that bug run after him and he decides, nah, I'm just gonna kill him and get out of here. That is a super sick play.
Which, yeah, it's fine. It's also kind of nice versus Weaver because you give your team physical shield, obviously, against Weaver that is physical damage with this Geminate, and
catch you in the next one.
thank you, thank you.
Alright, night guys! Back invisible. But these heroes like Nyx, and Clinks and these sort of heroes, like, they're not doing anything when they're invisible, they're just running around the map. You know, so I'm watching him, he's invis, he's...
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was, wasn't it open wounds spreads, or... Oh, meanwhile, mid, sorry, I'm not paying enough attention to this game, guys. The Storm Spirit...
Straight. Gleipnir. Gleipnir helps you farm, helps you do a bit more damage. I don't think anyone on Radiant cares that much about being orchided. Oh, and we're seeing some free CS on the tower. They're going back top.
Oh, Troll sneaking away, but the bug runs him down! To freeze him right there at that moment. I guess it keeps him alive. Meanwhile, Weaver's on the background. Weaver wants that crab. He's waiting for him to appear. Ghost, you cheeky little bug. I thought they were done there. Look, common sense. We back up, we reset. Clicked away for a second and then heard the death timer, so...
And that little rotation
he's been picking that Weaver and making it look absolutely phenomenal as well. So it's good to see that this isn't just a single division hero. We're seeing it all the way through Phoenix League.
Yeah, the Lifestealer is top of the net worth, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't really have much right-click damage at the moment. It's... You know, he's got a rate... This feels awful.
Nice. We're starting to see some items come out on everyone here. What we got? Reverie. Looks like...
Or, especially from such a huge range, be able to kill the axe and kite him. And because he had no BKB, he was getting slowed so much by the Arctic Burn and the Witchblade that he just...
Trouble and is already dead before any of his team can respond. Meanwhile, Sven bumps into Axe, stuns him, walks away.
Yeah, I mean, I think
oh
he
no,
might have...
maybe not. Johnny decides to blink, gets the... He dropped a skeleton, but they could go on the Storm Spirit and deal with him and sort of just keep the momentum moving in their direction. So I think that blink, their quick wave is...
looks like they're gonna take Tormentor, which always feels good when you steal the enemies.
While they wait for their creep wave to do glorious battle.
I don't know what these teams are doing with this thing about having to just sit mid after 10 minutes.
Pancho
This is
diving
the same as
Pee-wee
last
onto
game.
tower, and Pee-wee absolutely destroyed. Silence now comes out onto damage coming out from Primal Beast is pretty significant as well, right? So I do like the Eternal Shroud. Sometimes you see these heroes just pick up an item that like you always build.
I think it's some insight.
Okay. I think maybe the tempo of the enemy team just put them down. I saw potential there, but I think they just needed more time. But anyway, Slaughter Gang did really well.
With him, obviously, when he's alive.
Who's he using that on though? I guess Ursa?
Yeah, probably Ursa or the Wyvern. The Wyvern can definitely die.
It's a low ground. Johnny's here, but Johnny doesn't have his ult. Beautiful save from Ari there. Gets inside MGC. Looks like they might just sack. Yeah, sack Ghost.
Yeah, so I think they stayed there because they did have a benefit of access.
Primal Beast actually gonna charge out? No.
No. He's done a couple of those charges this game that he should have cancelled, and I think he's realized that not every charge needs to be committed.
Some
yeah.
wacky draft. I can't remember who it was last night that went for the really wacky draft. I don't think it was Slaughter Gang. I think it was the other team. Yeah, it was the other team last night. Fights are taking place and a little kill here or there. This troll is just sitting in this top lane, getting closer and closer to that Battle Fury. I worry.
He's catching up. It's
though. Good to see Wyvern ults having impact, because in my game, Wyvern ults just grief me and don't take kills. Looks like they decided to gank MGC. MGC in trouble because there is a troll directly on top of it, which is interesting to me.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily worthy of first ban, but I mean, they think it is. Banning a Ghost again.
So this Clockwork Cogs, yeah, it did receive enough.
Does have his innate. You don't need it, so I honestly don't know. But I know that pre-facets where you had the static slide.
Looks like Troll's gonna make a dash for the portal. No, he's checking.
Troll does have his basher now, which is gonna make a lot of move speed to run away from the Clinks. And when the Clinks comes out of his ulti, if you just run away, he doesn't have the catch. Wyvern is about to have Parasma, which is going to be a nice big damage boost.
Jesus.
But
Oh, look out, there's that blink. Troll decides to go into the bug. The bug pops his ult and is squirming away as fast as he can. Returns with the Glipnir, but they did see that his supports were behind him. Reverie doing what he can to run away. They do have to try and slow him, but
well, this is a big
Filipino
he has a
rules
on the
is
Weaver.
diving silence. They decide instead to pick out this Mars. Does Mars die here? Stun. The troll last game. We were speaking about that player Connor. He tended to pick this hero in Grief My Games as well. So maybe those two have a little secret garbage hero club that I don't know.
Slider would just dumpster storm mid.
Thanks.
What I also like about Radiant's draft is that they do have. It's always good to see a competitive, even game.
Yeah.
I just think that this. I really like Dire's draft, except for the Clinks.
Me too. I think at the moment is this Weaver. It is just so obnoxious. And it just gains HP, damage, so quick. Like, look at this. Who can bully the rat like that? Like, he's coming up on his Ags as well. Okay.
Yeah, so far it feels like a pretty even game. I'd say it's pretty even draft. I think I like. Oh no, because I don't think you really want to land it to tanking. I don't know. I think it'll be offlane. I think they're saving mid for last pick on both teams. Oh, actually no. Carry for Dire and mid for same. Yeah. Can't remember who it was that set up.
Beast. So are we going to see the Weaver come out again? Yeah, but this time the enemy team decide to take it. Okay.
Makes sense.
Rev on his famed clinks. And what's this all chat that we're getting here? Okay, let's go. Someone off, whether that be the Weaver that they'd catch in the wrong position, or Johnny playing forward, or RFA. Obviously they weren't catching the clinks as much as they should have been, because every time they killed him...
Burst capabilities are pretty shit now at this point. And
Ghost, once again, just being an absolute pest. Drop.
Pros get the other one.
Okay.
Probably makes laning nicer for you. I can't really see what else it gives. That
damage from the clinks, but the clinks to kill the fish. That clinks.
They did see the Muzz walking in.
Oh, catch onto the clinks.
So I don't know why they stay. Because I mean, sometimes you don't want to be just like the aura bitch, just sort of be like some walking, you know, old school Wraith Pact essentially.
Gang team and watch how they play throughout it, and it's the first time I've casted this Austrian Painters team. Maybe when I cast them again, I'll get you to come along and we can see if they can tear it up as well. To all you, Sven, oh, damage reduction is absolutely awesome. That shield is allowing Ghost to just sit there and apply pain. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that there's 3 heroes right next to him because he's a Weaver and he's just gonna bug out. The only hero that annoys me more than the Hoodwink.
That was a pretty messy fight.
It was, yeah, and a long fight too.
Yeah, I think Dire got most of the stats. I think just by virtue of Sandstorm.
Caught him. Was he just out of position there? Cheeky stun from the start?
And Reverie dead.
Ooh.
Yeah, and this time 40 seconds on his TP.
For you.
But I mean, these are pretty much the same bands, aside from the Primal.
Dire's turn to pick.
Pretty much.
Still, it does take a couple of kills here, and these 2 supports are still on the sideline here. And this is one cranky little lifestealer. Can he get a kill? Is he looking for the hook shot to try and...
4-man smoke, so I think you say worth as your Sven there.
Space created, pink space created 5 times in chat. Guys, I'm not feeding.
As Muthi would say.
You remove their vision, and that is the part that tilts me most. God, that is so powerful, and no one's talking about it, but God, it is so frustrating. Not I guess Weaver probably ends up with a Glipnir at some point. Hoodwink, there we go. So, looks like Slaughter Gang have been doing their research, at least in on in the pro scene, to managing to see.
Dragon.
Looks like they're contesting. No,
PPX does know all these players on Dire, so.
Got the good ward, and just like that, the stun is whiffed because of that vision.
So I think the reason why Filipino Rules is going for a Manta is just because he wants an extra purge for this Atos. The Wyvern doesn't get any part of the XP, but it's...
Oh my lord, that is a whole bunch of damage coming out onto that Snapfire, and she's in a whole lot of trouble. Alexa, try and jump up.
Is under attack.
benefit to Radiant, because you
fine,
want
right?
this Clinks to be getting a... You want this Clinks to have a good lane so he can, like, look for picks and stuff by himself. Or
with the Sand King mid, but it has looked strong in the pro scene, right? Like it has looked good when it's the right game for it. So, and this troll is always super strong.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And it looks like this is the advantage of just the Hoodwink versus two melees. It's a strong hero to begin with, but then and they can't really poke you at all.
I mean, it's
Just
not
that,
even
yeah.
two support or a save support. You've got Ghost, who was in the early game making a few moves, but again, in this particular game with the Storm Spirit on the enemy team, needed to be closer to his team, couldn't make those cheeky.
But it doesn't provide any lockdown for the Weaver, which is sort of usually more so the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think is Zeus being picked at Riyadh? I don't know. So the Wyvern mid did catch up in CS to the Sand King, but he's now once again just overtaken by a fair margin. I
Okay,
don't know
we've got
why
rotation
Filipino
in
Rules.
bottom. There is an Eternal Shroud up now too on the Sand King, but I don't see a whole lot of magical damage. I guess the magical damage coming out from and again. But what's surprising to me is that from my memory of this game, yeah, the Slaughter boys had.
And this is what just Dark Zero has always been good at doing is he buys the auras, he's happy to buy the auras. And Dire doesn't really have anyone that wants to do that.
200 damage. Good God, that is so much.
Yeah, he's putting in work.
Big prediction from Johnny. Lands directly on top of him, and I think that's Sven. Once again, this poor Pos 5 Sven. Oh, Glimmer, and he is fast. Drops the stun, but Snap. Nice strong start for Team Radiant.
Clink's showing that he is a terrible hero. And he has queued up Arcane Boots on the Clinks.
There though, a little bit further forward, and he would have taken himself a Clinks, I think. Look at all that armor on him. He decides to just burn it. I don't care if you take my Aegis. That Storm Spirit is not up, and I'm going to take your Barrack.
Only 1k gold behind the Lifestealer, but the Lifestealer is so much scarier.
But not as much.
Juke through the trees.
Oh, big cookie to get him away.
Yeah, I think that was 6 from getting the Wisdom Rune. Dire hasn't got theirs. Sorry, Radiant hasn't gotten theirs yet.
Okay.
Support Weaver is so fucking annoying. He is forcing both supports and one of the cores on him to kill him.
On the hero, Blink on Earthshaker, for example. And I've seen Eternal Shroud getting picked up a lot on Sand King. And it is quite a good item, of course, but ooh, Rod is done on Ghost, and they catch the Rat. The Rat is in a whole lot of... Very exciting!
The Troll versus Ursa matchup is very troll playable, so... We said to get that on the snap. But hey, I also don't think it's the greatest.
Troll.
is a high level.
Axe Call out onto the Ursa, but the Ursa does a whole bunch of damage, and the Snap's lurking on the side with the Snap. Oh, the Snap somehow hits 6 before the Weaver, and is applying huge amounts of damage. Johnny needs to run here. Ari wants the kill. Maybe they've just figured it out. Maybe that's the turning point of this game. They're trying to find this Sand King. But the support, Spring Dust, he's in the air. Sven decides to pop his ult and do his huge 15 damn ghost. Hits him with a Glyphnia, says no, you're not chasing me.
Sorry.
Rev, you need to be careful. BKB comes out. Oh, so close to bursting in the Shadow Blade. Clicks when you're on the enemy team.
I've played them a few times, and he's played this Clinks, and it just... I think the hero sucks, especially when you're playing it as a core.
Okay.
You play it as a support...
it's not not going to be the easiest lane for Aldasa, I don't think.
Yeah, and mid, for some reason, Filipino rules does not have a sentry out for him against...
Shards in the game. Oh, hang on, no, wait, never mind. They have changed it. Infest Explosion plays. No, that's not bad. It's not what I thought it was, but it's not bad. Meanwhile, they catch Mars. Mars, gone.
I think it's just okay.
So he's not caught by that hoodwink. Nice.
Yeah, Slaughter definitely would benefit from having a shard this game. Ghost is...
It just sort of bullies him away. Okay.
I don't know if that is worth it for the Ursa. He's now, you know, auto HP.
It's one of the coolest and funnest heroes in the game, and it's certainly very strong, but I keep seeing it come out here, around this sort of point in the game, before there's a reveal of a mid or a pos 1. I don't know, maybe you just...
Maybe that... Because... Yeah, I don't know, I feel like Johnny
and his warding, also phenomenal. And we can't forget those incredible calls that we saw coming out from Johnny as well. Johnny was making some beautiful, beautiful plays there as Axe. And even just his itemization, right? Like deciding to go...
You lifesteal so much and you deal so much damage and they do such little damage to you. It's great. I think maybe he could have lived. And I think instead of going for the overwhelming blink, he goes for a Wind Waker instead. I think that's probably the better item here.
Give him vision.
Okay.
Yep. So hang on, wait. Slaughter mid?
Yeah, so good versus Clinks.
It's not the lower division, the intermediate division. Division below this one. And there's a player in that division called Kozzy. I know you've met him and maybe know him well.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, he has the Crystallis queued up.
Very line from Ursa shows that they know they're in there, or maybe they just want to take it themselves. Oh, the bug comes through.
See Ghost come in.
Blink forward. Whoa, awesome initiation from this Wyvern. Catches that Dire team with their pants down, and that crab is already dead. Looks like RFA is going to do our best to get out of there, but they're now diving your tier 3s. Game of the series. Really tight. But they had a bit of troubles in the second series. Do you know many of these players? Do you know much about these teams, Ilstaya?
So I know Ghost that makes it as frustrating and annoying as possible, because if you're not really sort of attuned to how to play that hero from the support
Huncho, he might have enough to just zip slightly over the top here, but it looks like the illusion is enough to put him down.
The damage from the amp, like the...
Oh, hook shot in, starts to run as fast as he can.
And they have not on die, they have not taken down this tier 1 top. It is literal 4 HP.
To time for him to sneak away.
Yeah, the Weaver has the statics cap, so...
Oh, meanwhile, are they just dive in base? They do, they dive base, they kill the rat, and down goes further out. So they're just sort of backing up at this stage.
Reverie, use your arcane boots, you have no mana.
Saving it for out. I don't think we'll see a kill here. There is a fair bit of damage coming out from that dragon, but the troll decides to finally come to a fight, and who could have predicted that the big farming scary troll would re-enter? Sven trying to zone the rat on the back. Squirrel is chasing him. He should just get away here, right? Even though he has been dusted.
Gleipnir in 1 second.
There's the Gleipnir. He might have to pop his ult here, but the silence comes.
Yeah. Also kind of do similarly. But I just don't think there's enough.
I found it. I think I found it. 25 or 22-ish is where the blink hits the Slardar. To MGC3, Ghost 4, and Peewee 5. Okay, so straight away we see some pretty big bands that we've been seeing at Riyadh. Obviously, Rubik is...
Because he probably felt like he needed to. And you don't want to get a Battlefield and be like, you know what, I'm going to come to fights now. It's the same as like when you get a Midas, you're like, no, I want to chill out, like, he is pretty low, so it's not that big of a deal, but... Yeah,
beautiful stun.
Halfway to level 5.
Yeah, when Primal Beast first got back to this lane, I was going to say it, but there was some action going on. When Primal Beast first got back, the troll was level 2 to 1 core, but don't often see it picked up on as a position 3, so...
Yes, the Pentaseer.
Making mistakes.
I think the other one's better, and I'm pretty sure that it's a support pairing.
Where's the... I guess the Sven stun, it is a good stun, but it's not a super long stun.
Good. Especially against the Storm, obviously, it's extra value. And against the Weaver as well. And it's something the last game that they lacked on the Dire side against the Weaver is that...
Decides to call. Pulls himself into the creeps to try and get some more damage, but Johnny's just going to pop Shivas and leave. Senses that the whole team is coming. Axe is not going to... Looks like they might try and make a tower play here. Do you reckon that's just to like draw some attention? Do you think they're actually going to commit here? I guess they got the Aegis still.
This game is just confusing me. Apparently the only part of the map that exists is mid.
Axe call onto the
catches him just on the edge. And not even so much the Orchid, but it's the Atos. He doesn't want to be popping BKB just for an Atos. So it makes sense.
To commit so much to catch the bug. Same with the Hoodwink. That's why I hate the Hoodwink so much. Is you just have to commit so much to put it down.
Yeah, I mean the Weaver when it's a core. I don't really know.
I think you're about right, Ilstayer. It's looking really hard for them at this stage. I mean, maybe the Storm can find a pick in the right location. MGC jumps forward, winning this lane. The Weaver just TP's in. Bug doesn't quite latch on because he doesn't have any vision down, but the vision is down now, and there's a blood grenade out for the Sand King. The Sand King's stun is a long way off unless he gets that rune. Now he's got the mana in. And down she goes. Looks like Johnny has decided to call the Weaver, and the Weaver... See, what are they supposed to do against this Weaver who is literally behind their tier 1 at like a 10-minute salt before they can find a smoke? Radiance having a bit of a look on the side. Looks like they may have been scouted. Sand King pings it out. Maybe he's just got a feeling. His Spidey sense. Well, yeah, they did just trade the mid for the pos 5. Primal Beast going forward. He spots the axe, and I wonder if he elects to just keep vision on that axe so that he can't initiate onto this team. They might be just be trading. And ult is up. He turns, throws it on. Axe ports in and deals with the Wyvern. That's 2 dunks. No, 1 dunk. Doesn't get the second dunk. He's already got vision there. They pulled him out of the fountain, and I think he's just going to go down. Fish jumps in to get a stun, but this looks like fountain off. Slaughtergang and RFA need to run. Haste on the Wyvern. Wyvern is applying some damage. There's two supports there, and they don't have a really big HP pool, and this dragon has a whole lot of
do that. It was such a big risk.
3,700 HP on that fish when lifesteal is inside him, by the way.
And again, you have to factor in a pipe.
Reverie. Or, I don't know, like blinks on top of the rat and deals with it. Oh, Shivers. Ghost goes down. Over by...
That's causing so much disruption of fight. I kind of want to see someone else on Radiant disrupt this axe as well, though, because all the fights, I think, they could let the Wyvern kill the axe. If it was just Ursa that they were relying on killing him, he's probably staying alive forever. But having a ranged
lane, they're pushing this barracks in now. MGC and RE are punching your racks.